God, demons, and discovery. We're taking you to church on this one. Pastor Antwan. ¿Hablas español? Echa un vistazo a nuestros episodios del The Keyhole podcast en YouTube y Patreon para ver nuestros subtítulos permanentes en español. Okay, we're here. We're going to do a zoom in and see how that looks. Yes. Yay. Okay, fantastic. Hi, everyone. It's me, Zakia. I am back with another lovely episode of the Keyhole podcast, exploring artists and their artistry, all things, everything, really and truly. We talk about so much. And I have my lovely, I believe you are my 5th or 6th guest.
Oh, wow.
So.
Oh, you popular.
No, I'm just blessed. I was able
Yes,
to ask people and have so many people be like, yeah, like, let's do it. So yeah, you're my 5th or 6th guest. I have the very lovely Antwan here. What would you call yourself? I would call you a pastor and preacher.
I'm definitely called to preach, but
Yeah.
I just do whatever God tells me to do.
Yeah, I hear you. And backstory on how Antwan and I met. We met on an Uber ride. I was driving Uber.
Definitely Holy Spirit filled.
Yes, very much so. I was crying and everything. I was really in my bag that day, and picked up Antwan, and we just talked the whole ride, and the ride ended, and I feel like we talked another like 30 minutes.
Yeah, we were just part. Yeah.
It was a lot. We were talking about everything from like life, journey, spirituality, religion, all of those things. And I really wanted to get you on the podcast. And shout out to Akio. I told Akio about you.
Okay.
And he was like, you got to get him on. Like, that's just me telling him about like your life story and your journey coming into the fold, coming into Christianity.
Yeah, it's definitely some type of journey. Yeah.
You have had one of the wildest journeys I've heard in a very
personally, like you see it on YouTube and stuff, but like to meet somebody that go through the stuff is kind of like, dang.
What? Right. So I always ask people what their origin story is.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love for you to just share and talk about how you grew up and really talk about like your faith journey and how you came to this point now where we're the same age. We're both 28. And it's interesting because I was talking to my friend Z about it. Shout out to Z. We filmed this episode last night.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about life journeys and how you'll meet somebody at a certain point, and in 5 years you guys will be in completely different directions.
Trust me, 5 years ago I was in a completely different direction.
Right.
For real.
Right. Talk to us about that, like just your life journey and everything, and your origin story, how you came to be.
So origin, like from the way back, or like
however far back you want to go.
However far back. I grew up in a little small church, Greater Faith Baptist Church on 30th Street. My family was pastoring that church for generations. About like 3, it started in a little church, started in like somebody's house basement, and was Deacon Faison, her and her husband. It started in a little basement, and they had like 3 services a day in their basement.
Huh.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Crazy work. So it started off there, like every church kid, raised up, trying to live the way you're supposed to be living, but you don't. Yeah. So, I mean, I never really was like go to Sunday school and stuff like that. So like the scripture wasn't really instilled into me, like to understand the gospel, rather than to hear the preachings and the music and the fellowship.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But a little bit later, my mother, she converted to Islam. So I was raised up in Islam for a bit. So that was a different experience too. So I went to the masjids on Friday, had to follow the religious doctrine of Islam. So praying like 5 times a day and all that other stuff. So that was something.
How old were you at that transition point specifically?
So this is like middle school.
Oh, you were young.
Yeah, this is young. This is middle school.
You were super young. So you're at that spongy stage anyway, where it's like, how was that? Because middle school, that's when you start to kind of gain more independence as a person.
Yeah,
A little
definitely.
bit, and you start to have your own ideas, and you're like, bro, what are we doing? Why do we do
No,
this?
it was definitely funny because I used to eat with my left hand, but it has a lot of
Mm.
religious doctrines in Islam, so you can't eat with your left hand. That's forbidden. So I was like, I remember the day I was eating my cheese curls. He said you can't eat with your left hand. I'm like, this gonna feel weird.
Right.
He said you can't have no dogs as pets and stuff like that. It was like little small things.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't have no pet. A dog can't be your pet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's little small religious things.
Wow. Okay. So your mom converted to Islam. You were in middle school at that point. Keep. What happened next?
So I mean, after that, like it was like a little custody battle between my mom and my dad. So sometimes I spend time with my dad, sometimes I spend time with my mom. My dad wasn't Muslim, but he grew up in Christianity. So, but he didn't go to church every Sunday like my grandparents. So it was just like we was just over there chilling. We were just over there living, being regular Americans, basically. Regular Baltimoreans up here.
Yeah.
Riding dirt bikes, chilling.
Come on. Yeah.
But it was a real like identity crisis during that time because it was like you grew up a certain way, then you introduced to another way of lifestyle, another way of life, and then you trying to like adjust. But especially for like kids that go through like that custody battle thing, like,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And you still have to go through school, and middle school. You're worried about high school and like how that's gonna play out, and then high school is like college. What's the rest of your life gonna look like? Everything.
Yeah, it was very stressful during those days. But something happened, and we ended up staying with our father for the most part. And this is where a lot of freedom, because our father was very less strict on religious like things, views, and stuff like that. It was actually one time when we was going to therapy for like a car crash or something, and I asked him like if it was a God because I was very much curious. That was the first time I ever asked somebody that if like God was real or something like that, because I was really battling. This is like freshman year in high school, so I was really battling on the idea like, oh, is there a God? I don't know. All these things I'm being introduced to. And he said, yeah, you gotta believe in something. So nonchalant. And he said, yeah, I got a God, something. Yeah, of course, gotta believe in something. And that really carried along. Like, shout out to my dad, because I was really about to become an atheist at that point. For real. Like, it was really that. It was really, my dad played like a really heavy part. Because at that time, you're a young child. You look up to your dad so much. So that little input, like, led me to.
No, you're right.
Like, to continue searching.
Yeah.
So after that, I was just living a regular life, you know. Things happened, and I began to be curious about like faith and God and stuff like that. But me and my prideful ignorance, I did not want to dig into Christianity at all. I hated Christianity, honestly, because I grew up in the Islamic doctrine. So it's like they make sure they teach you like all the inconsistencies of the Bible. He said that all the lies and stuff like quote unquote lies. Yeah, I grew up hearing that, growing up on that, and then it's like, nah. And plus society, like how they trash the church, it's like always talk about some type of greedy pastor that's stealing people money, or a Christian that's not really living like Christ or something like that. But they don't really show like the genuine Christians out here.
Right. No, that's a fact. I will say that when I was growing up, I grew up Seventh-day Adventist, so very heavy Christian, very strict. This outfit I have on, not allowed. No jewelry, no shoulders out, no skin, no this, that, no drums in church.
That's crazy. That goes against the Bible. Yeah.
Like when I tell you, it was a lot.
Yeah, and that's the religion thing coming into play, like religion.
And growing up in that environment, when I was 19, I went through an assault. I went through a sexual assault when I was in college. And coming out of that experience completely shifted my faith, and things took a real pivot at that point, because growing up in that type of doctrine where it's like, if you follow all the rules, you're good.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And
that's a setup for failure.
It's a setup for failure. But I didn't know.
Yeah,
I
a lot
didn't
of people don't
know.
know, and that's the sad part. A lot of people, they come to Christ, and
Yeah,
you gotta have a pastor, a preacher, a person, a
it's gonna keep it
loved one
real.
that's gonna tell you the true doctrine of Christ. That
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, before he left, he was saying, "In this world you shall have tribulation, but be
Yes.
of good cheer, for I have overcome the world."
Oh yes.
But if we sell this type of Christianity, like, oh yeah, you
Right.
in here, you VIP, you about to
Yeah.
get your promotion, we about to get that next blessing.
Right.
I was
Right.
like, but you gonna have seasons where you're gonna be looking like Job,
Hello.
or
Going through it.
yeah, going through it. You're gonna be
Going
looking
through
like
it.
Paul,
Yeah.
going having a messed up life, turn the right way, stuff still going even worse
Right.
now.
Right.
All right, he gave up everything. He was a rich Jew that had all the power and influence in the land.
Yeah.
Right, but he gave it all up, and he said he counted all but dung for Christ.
Yeah.
Or do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, for real. And I think it's amazing how at these young points in a person's life, God will try and intersect
Oh yeah.
and put you in a position where he challenges your faith deeply, and he's like, okay, well, what do you really believe in? Do you really believe in me, or do you believe in what they told you about me? And
Mm.
do you believe in um what the story they spun when they wanted you to have a certain type of impression? um it just everything. I want you to get back to your story because I really want you to talk about that time you had that interaction in the mirror.
Oh yeah,
That
one of the scariest moments of my life. I can tell you now.
I remember when I was younger, when I was in sixth grade, I met a girl and her father was a pastor and lived a certain kind of lifestyle, and it came into the fold, and he had a comic book made about the time when he faced a demon.
Oh wow, that's cool. He
It
made a
was.
comic
It was.
book.
It was
That's hard.
hard. It was
That's
hard.
hard.
Now it was real hard.
Damn, being like Stan Lee.
Right. It was hard. It was hard and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
he. I remember it so vividly because one, I love art and comic books and drawings
Damn, I
and
went to school
writing.
for animation.
Yeah, I didn't know you went to school for animation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll talk back. We'll talk
Oh,
about that.
that's
We'll
a
talk
good
about that.
story too. I was talking to that with my little brother. That's when I had to bear the cross,
What?
right? Mm-hmm. I actually got kicked out because of my faith. Yeah, it's crazy. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh my gosh. But her father's story was he was like in the bed one night and demon had like burnt your levitating.
Wow.
He floating in the
That's on
air
some
and
paranormal
come
activity type stuff.
on, come
God damn.
on.
They were scared of him being a pastor.
Okay. And here we are. So I would love to hear you talk about coming across a demon because I feel like it's spoken about in the Bible where we're not really ready to see God. We're not really ready to see demons or angels or any of that kind of stuff.
No.
Like there are
It's
certain things that our eyes and spirits can't handle. So to have you come across that
mhm.
and now that if anything pushed you further into your faith, please talk about
Oh yeah. It didn't push me further to my faith,
it.
but it definitely pushed me against like the demonic realm, versus I was
Mm-hmm.
really getting into
Yeah.
like in demonic worship and stuff like that. And a lot of things play into that. Music, the type of artists I listen to that promoted the devil, the and me just going into doctrine after doctrine, which
Yeah.
in its roots is demonic,
Yeah.
but it just has a pretty face on top of it,
Right.
but and the roots is demonic,
Right.
and that's what it says. It even says in the Bible that all the other gods are idols,
Mm-hmm.
and these are demonic. These
Mm-hmm.
are demons manifesting
Yeah.
in different religions and stuff like
Yes.
that. You can
Yes.
look at Hinduism; it got like a million gods, but yeah, that in itself, yeah, it definitely was crazy. And I think I was talking to you about when my dad would told me about God being real.
Yeah.
And I asked him like, oh yeah, God is he actually said God is real. I'm like, okay, awesome. Like a little breather.
Right.
Exhale, okay, cool. I thought I was going crazy.
Right.
So during the high school days, I remember I was in Kaysville High School, right? And I
Mm.
was going down to science hall, and because of my upbringing, I didn't trust the church. I did not believe Christianity was true. I thought it was just a bunch of man-made lies. And but I also didn't really subscribe to the Islamic faith either.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just, I didn't really believe that was the true way as well, because the misogyny of women and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, it didn't feel good in my heart, like to have
Mm-hmm.
to, because I always wanted like a wife and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
always wanted like a, because of my
Family.
broken family, I
You
always
want a
wanted a
family
whole
unit.
family,
Yeah.
right? So I just thought it was weird because I have two wives. Because I saw that with a broken family, when a man has two women, and then it just mess up
Calamity.
everything. Like
Yeah.
nobody, the dad don't have time to be with both
Chaos.
families. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going into the end of the day, and I said in my mind, I remember my exact thoughts. I said, just because a preacher said it, that means I'm going to believe it. I'm not going to believe whatever a man going to say out of his mouth. I'm going to study it myself. And that's what I said. So instead of actually study Christianity, I instantly threw it in the trash. And I was like, nah, I ain't doing it. I studied Judaism first. Me and my ignorance did not know Judaism was part of Christianity.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious later. But I studied Judaism, and while I was studying it and studying their beliefs and the Abrahamic religions, right? And then it says along the lines of you have to learn Hebrew, like it's like a vow of honor. Like you going to becoming a Jewish person, every Jewish person should know at least how to speak some Hebrew,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
That was so barbarically crazy to me. I was like, I gotta learn a whole language to know God. I was like, this is crazy. It was the same thing with the Arabic thing in Islam. I was like, I gotta learn how to speak this one language. Like it was weird to me. So
Yeah.
I put a pause on Judaism. My high school self was not going to devote his whole time
to
learn
learn
Hebrew
Yeah.
just to learn about God. So I
Right.
was like, okay, I'm gonna study all the major religions in the world. So the next one I went to was Hinduism. So I studied Hinduism, and I studied it did not take long for me to get out of Hindu at all. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
It said it had a god for the grass and the hay.
Yeah.
I was like, ain't no way it's a million gods. Ain't nobody gonna remember a million gods. You can't eat nothing. You can't. It was stupid to me. I was like, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I went from Hinduism and I studied Buddhism. I thought they worship Buddha. God dang it! It's called Buddhism. I thought they worship Buddha.
No,
they worship the universe.
Yeah.
So they worship the universe and they see. And just reading the story of Buddha and how it started, I said that was cap. I ain't gonna lie to you. Bruh, it was so cap. Yo said it was just a random guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yo just went under a tree and sat under that tree for a very long time. He found out the answer to everything in the universe. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? So I studied that a little bit, but the thing with worshiping the universe is just a collection of balls, stars, and planets and rocks. That's like saying that rock over there gave you that food today. It makes no sense. It's just a rock. Just a rock in the sky. So that didn't make no sense to me. So I went from Buddhism to Egyptology. So yeah, I went from Buddhism to Egyptology. I'm a history buff. I grew up in an all black school, so they teaching us outside the curriculum, black history and all that stuff. So so I studied Egyptology and all that stuff, and the Ankh and the religious practices of the Egyptians. And honestly, it was okay. I got into it for a couple months actually studying that stuff, but it really ended up on a spiritual spectrum because the Egyptians, though they were very advanced with it for that time, right? Yeah. One of the most powerful nations in the world at one point. Yeah. And they had very much spiritual practices. And the Bible talks about these spiritual practices that God will curse all of their gods, right? During the Exodus and their plagues. And it was okay. It was during the time of Freddie Gray getting killed in Baltimore. Oh yeah. And then Kendrick Lamar dropping Butterfly. Yeah. So it was right. And I was dealing with racism in the school. So I was like, bruh, like it was all black power at that point, for real. Mm-hmm. So, but that's how the devil plays with you. Play with your pride. Right. That's how a lot of black people get lost in this spiritual aspect. Yeah. Because when you down somebody, they're gonna look for power, even if it's not legitimate. they're gonna look for like some type of self-worth if they don't receive it from the rest of society.
Right.
It happened in Islam when it came in the 60s, and the Nation of Islam, right? Nation of Islam happened in the 60s when the oppression of black people during the time the church was very pacifistic in their fights against the racist system in America.
Right.
And it was very much progressive. It really led to a lot of laws being changed through strategic planning and fighting against them in the own laws of the nation.
Yeah.
But Islam was much more power based, and it had other organizations that wasn't religiously affiliated, like the Black Panther movement.
Right.
And these people were very much more prideful in their color of their skin. They say, okay, we black, I don't care. We are, who we say we are, we're not who you say we are. That's when the word black actually became more powerful instead of calling us Negroes and stuff like that. They saying, I'm a black man and all that stuff. So it was the pride of community. Like they had a sense of pride for themselves now.
Yeah.
But as we know, pride is how the devil fell in the first place. So after Egyptology, I studied spiritualities and chakras. So I was into that, studying spirituality, chakras, and all these other things because it really led to it because the Ankh was all about the all about your brain
connection
and all that stuff, spiritual
body, mind, spirit.
Right.
So
So after I got to that, spiritual scientist, spirituality, chakras, I'm getting into all this stuff, trying to open my third eye, doing all these.
You was knee deep in it.
Yeah, I really was, right? And doing all these religious practices that really was just letting demons in, like honestly.
Right.
Like I ain't never had anxiety attacks, panic attacks, being hospitalized because of this stuff.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm really serious. Like I thought I had a heart attack and a stroke at the same time, right? Like those anxiety attack and panic attacks are not cool. But that's what happened when you mess with the demonic realm. And I started to struggle with sins I never struggled with. I started to have these depressive anxiety, panic attacks all throughout the day, to the point that I had to call my dad sometimes, like, come get me. All these things happening because I'm opening in the spiritual realm. I was opening a door for demons to come into this temple, right?
Wow.
Because these little ritualistic things, these spiritualities, these chakras, and even other religions, right? You think it's really like harmless, just even digging into them, but they really are demonic in nature.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm shocked because people don't consider that as a connection, and it reminds me of when I was in college and they had the
tarot cards.
No, the poetry group.
Oh,
like they had like a little black poetry group. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like,
I did. I went to poetry night, the open night,
right,
open mic. Yeah,
open mic nights and stuff like that. But that group of people in particular, very of the
occult.
Yes, and like the black spirituality and things like that. And we're not talking about we're understanding that as a part of who we are as people and what we come from as people.
It's that's the weird thing in itself as well, because
understand?
I'm a biblical scholar. The Bible, Christianity was in Africa before it was in any other country.
Right.
But pride comes in, and with deception, the Bible says, "My people are destroyed because of a lack of knowledge," as we see in every other generation.
Yeah.
The lack of knowledge. So, me growing up in Islam, me growing up seeing Shah to see the falsities of the word of God.
Yeah.
If one of the falsities is the names that are in the Bible. It's a transliterated Bible that we have today, transliterated from the actual original Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek scriptures.
Yes.
So when you see the name Apostle John,
that's not his name.
When I was a kid, that's not his name. That's that's a white man name.
Yeah.
He said this is a white man book. All this stuff I got taught as a kid, and you have to read it now that his real name in Hebrew was Yohanan. God has been gracious, right? And John the Baptist had the same name, and he named his people. He named his name Yohanan. God is gracious, and God has been gracious to John the Baptist's mother in the flesh because she was barren, and it was a miracle that she was able to conceive.
Right.
and she was going to be able to spread it. He was going to prepare the way for the Lord and lead many people to the Lord. God has been gracious, right? Same thing for Jesus. Jesus' name is Yeshua, as a lot of us know. In the Bible, the King James Bible in particular, it has a lot of transliterated words still in Hebrew and Latin.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So when you see a word like Isaiah and Elias, it's Elijah and Isaiah. But in the New Testament, it reads Isaiah and Elias because they did not put it back to Elijah and Isaiah. They just kept it in Latin. They just kept it in the old language. Why? Let the Holy Spirit guide. Right? Yeah. So it's a lot of things in the Bible that can confuse people. It's a lot of things in the Bible that has been misconstrued. It got a lot of false Bibles that has been put out into the world. But the Bible itself has been miraculously kept. And you can look in the Dead Sea Scrolls. You can look in all the archaeological history, and evidence for the Bible. It's pretty cool, and it shows that the Bible is still the same than it was 2,000 years ago. Even before that, 3,000 years ago, when we had the scrolls of Isaiah still intact today. But back to me going on the deep end, right? Back to me going off the deep end. It was from spiritualities and chakras and me being demonized with that stuff, and then I went into Satanism. So it just got deeper and deeper into the darkness, right? So I actually studied Satanism. Why did I start studying Satanism? Maybe it's because I was demonized and it just led me to it. Who knows? But I started to study Satanism, study the doctrines of Satanism, and I'm thinking it's just like, oh, you just kill babies, you kill people. No, that's one of the rituals that child sacrifice is one of the rituals that's there. And there's a lot of former Satanists that did admit being nurses that they would kill like the newborn baby. It's so horrible. Oh. And they would do it as a sacrifice to Satan. And like a mother will lose her child, but the nurse was Satanist, and they will release this. It's horrible. Crazy horrible.
Whoa. Okay. Woo.
Yeah, it's horrible.
My gosh.
Yeah, it's like it's a lot of child sacrifice, and you could. It's weird. It's weird, but it's like the same thing that happened in the Bible. It was one of the times the country of Israel fled from God, and another false god came in, and that false god, which was a demon, of course, led them to sacrifice their children. And the same thing with Sodom and Gomorrah, they sacrificed children. Sacrificing children was something the devil always attacked. Children is one of the most attacked groups in the world. Yeah. Always has been. Yeah. Because when you're a child, you're at your pure state. Right. Jesus Christ said, unless you become like one of these little ones, you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Humble, humility. So yeah, it's a very dark doctrine, but it's clouded with like good words, like, oh yeah, if your neighbor comes into your house, it was something weird like that. He said you could invite them in and stuff like it was weird. So it sounds harmless. It sounds harmless topically, but once you get into the deeper things of Satanism, it's really it's Satan. It's horrible, dark. So studying Satanism, literally about to buy a satanic Bible off of eBay, and thank God I never bought it because I was like, nah, like when I get my money, I buy it. But I come on putting it on the hanger. And when I'm going through this Satanism thing, studying Satanism and still holding on to Islam a little bit, because I literally it was like a little miracle that happened, right? Because no one in my father's house was like really into Christianity. They didn't keep Bibles. They didn't go to church on Sunday. But like they knew there was a God. They said that was it. They knew there was a God. They raised up in Christianity. They knew there was a God. So I remember I was just waking up one day and it was a Bible on my desk, brand new Bible, and I was like, "Where the heck this come from?" Right? I was like, "Where the heck this little Bible come from?" And I'm asking everybody in the house where the Bible come from. No one knew where it came from. I was like, never saw it, and I threw it in the trash. Yeah, I just threw it in the trash because I didn't have no need for it. And my dad, he growing up being a little religious himself, he thought like, oh, like we about to get struck by a piece of lightning or something like that, like going
even
crazy.
When you said throw the trash, I said,
yeah,
I
right?
shuddered a little bit.
Yeah, so but I told him because I didn't love God. I was like, I had no need for it. Yeah. So I went to Satanism, and one night when I I took showers at night. One night, I was taking a shower and I was about to sell my soul to him. I offered my soul up to Satan, and I couldn't really like just scream out to Satan in my father's house, all willy nilly.
Right.
Think I look crazy, so I did it in the shower because nobody would hear me. So it was like 10 minutes. I was literally calling up to Satan to like offer my soul to him. You know, broken child, dealing with a lot of issues, right? And a lot of people now, a lot of these kids now have existential crises.
Oh yes.
So they have like a searching for like what is true, because they know that this world isn't just about making money and dying.
Right.
It's like something else afterwards.
Yeah.
Like we don't just live just to die.
Right.
There had to be something else. So
Right.
a lot of kids are starting to search now. It's a revival of Christianity happening in America now,
Yeah.
which I'm happy for. But yeah, I tried to sell my soul to the devil for like 10 minutes and nothing happened. And I shrugged it off literally in the shower. I was like, that's just fake. I didn't gain or lose anything by doing it. But I opened a real serious door demonically to trying to call out to the devil and offering my soul to him for free. So I got out the shower, and God, being the Father and Heavenly Father that He is to us, He let me touch the stove when I kept on trying to play with it. And He opened my eyes spiritually to the spiritual realm. And when I opened my eyes, I wiped off the little steam off the mirror, and I saw the literal demon that was demonizing. Most horrifying thing I ever saw in my life. I literally half naked, bust out, kicked the door, ran down the hallway, bust down my grandfather's door that was staying with us, and just screaming fanatically, like, I saw a demon, I saw a demon, oh, I saw a demon. And I could not say anything else but I saw a demon. Like everybody trying to ask me, explain to me. And he's like, what is going on? I was screaming, it's the middle of the night, I'm literally screaming.
Yeah.
So I was like, I saw a demon, I was scared, I was trembling. And then my dad said, everybody hear me now? He said, what are you talking about? They look in the mirror, they don't see nothing. I was like, bro, I saw a demon, it was a demon in the mirror, right? And I was like, and then they was like, "There's nothing there. There's nothing there." And you probably just saw it. I was like, I was horrified, right? I was horrified. So that day, like the amount of hatred and utter horror that came from that demon for me, like the amount of hatred the demon had for me, like it wasn't nothing I wanted to do with Satanism. So I stopped messing with Satanism after that.
Yeah.
And I was just a regular. I stopped messing with anything spiritual at that point. Like I didn't pray. It scared the living daylights out of me. So that long stretch of spirituality, looking for God, that and ended right there. Like, bruh, I'm stopping messing with this spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna live a regular life. God dang it. That was it. It was very scary. I
want no problem.
Yeah, I did not want no problems. That was horrible. That was horrifying.
My goodness. And so then you went on this break, the spiritual break, so to speak. How'd you get to Christianity? How'd you come back?
How did I come back?
How'd you come back?
That's an awesome story. So after high school, during high school, I was very much a broken kid because I looked up to my father, but it was a situation where he betrayed my trust. In terms of my trust in him, that's like, oh man, my father gonna be there, like, it was a situation that happened, and the only person that I kind of idolized, like, I did not have God in my life. That was my God. My father was my God in my life. So, so as soon as that broke, I literally gave up on life. I literally said the words out loud. I gave up. Like I literally gave up. So like I was a very smart kid, like a high average GPA, honor roll student, and I went from like 3.4 GPA to like graduating with a 1.6. Yeah. By the grace of God, I got into college. Right.
Wow.
And that's because of test scores.
Yeah.
I had high test scores because I actually tried again to do better on the test scores. So when I tried to do better, I had a good test score. Smart, right?
Yeah.
By the grace of God.
Yeah.
So I gave up on life, right? I gave up on life, and like I did in middle school. I got bullied. So when you experience the spirit of rejection, you cling to something to make you feel accepted. You cling to something to try to make the pain go away, right? A lot of people, when they get hurt or when they get rejected, when they feel a lot of heartache and stuff like that. They cling to drugs, they cling to sex, they cling to whatever it is to make them distract them or take them away from the pain or healing, because healing hurts. Right?
Talk about that.
That's the truth.
Talk about that. Healing hurts.
Healing hurts, man.
Yeah.
You could put a Band-Aid on it, but it's going to kill you from the inside out.
Right.
You got to put the alcohol on. It's going to burn. It's going to hurt, but you will be healed.
Yes.
And I did not dig down deep into the pain that I felt from a lot of people. Right? So my thing was when I was in middle school, when I was dealing with that, and I didn't really have like my mother to confide in about these things.
Right.
It was just me. I was like, I dealt with it with food. I was a glutton, and masturbation. Like I dealt with it to try to please myself in any type of way to get away from pain.
I feel you.
Right? Okay. So that's something a lot of people do. Yeah. They try to please themselves, whether it be cigarettes, whether it be video games, whether it be gambling or whatever it is, whether it be money, whether it be a career. They're trying to find some type of distraction that can give them temporary happiness. Right. Which is the quote unquote Band-Aid in this situation. The Band-Aid that always wears out. You gotta put another one on. It's never gonna be enough. Right? Yeah. You keep on going back to the same thing, right? To try to keep yourself sane. Try to keep yourself joyous and happy and distracted so you don't have to really dig down deep and really understand like I'm horrible right now.
Yeah.
I'm broken.
I'm going through something.
And you don't want to feel like that. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So in high school, it was mainly porn and illegality. Like I was a hacker, so it was like it was.
You were a hacker.
Yeah. So it was like really because I was like being smart and laws is a horrible combination. Like criminals are some of the smartest people in this world. Yeah. But they're broken.
Yeah.
Okay. They can use all that knowledge to do good in this world,
and they don't. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And that's going back to the spirit of rejection. Like you're a little poor kid, right? And it's horrible, right? You want money, you want fame, and you want to feel accepted.
Right.
Yeah, it was actually a Pastor Richard Lorenzo Jr. He was talking about that too. Shout out to him. They was talking about how he felt. He was like he dealt with the spirit of rejection, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like I was a poor kid, only got shoes like once a year, off-brand shoes, off-brand Timbs and stuff like that." Yeah. And he felt like rejected, so he said, "Okay, so I'm gonna rebel."
Come on, yeah.
And then that rebellion came to him, a life of crime, and that life of crime just to be accepted, like doing all these bad things just to be accepted, right? Right. So that's what a lot of kids struggle with. That's what a lot of people struggle with. Yeah. And it could be the worst thing is that you struggle with it and you blind yourself so much with the things in this world, you suppress the pain that you're going through. That's why a lot of people go to therapy and they bring up things from the past. The therapist brings up things from the past, especially things in your childhood. Because childhood, a lot of people get broken in the childhood space, right? Yes. So I'm just rambling.
No, it's fine. It's perfect because I just felt like you talking about some stuff now. They need to hear it.
Oh,
they need to hear
like
it. They need to hear it.
Heal. Yeah, yes, people need to heal. It's like that healing is in Jesus.
Yeah,
Jesus had to really break me down and bring me back to my past and the things that hurt me. And really, I have to face my past. I have to face the pain that no one wants to look at, no one wants to see, and when you break something, you have to look at the thing you broken and put it back together. Right. You can't do it blindfolded. Right. Right. Yeah. So, yep, I was broken. In high school. I was a porn addict. I never watched porn before in my life until high school. I thought it was disgusting. I got exposed to it in middle school. I never did it. I thought it was gay. Yeah. I thought it was gay because I saw like a man. I was like, what the heck is that?
No, I feel you on that.
It was horrible. Yeah. Right. But me being demonized still from spirituality, chakra, Satanism itself, like it just led me deeper and deeper. Even though the fear of the spiritual side kept me away from it, but it did not keep me away from sin. Right. So praise God, I never did drugs until college though. But I never did drugs like in high school, even though I got like tempted to do so. My father, that's how fathers are very much important. Like a father that's stern and that really cares, right? Like a good father figure is very much important in a child's life. Because he the one that kept me away from drugs. When I got to college away from him, that's when I started experimenting. But that little shadow, like I gotta see him every day. Like I can't. I'm not going. What? I'm not getting caught high.
Come on.
Right. So even though I did get tempted with like lean and drugs and stuff like that, I never really did it. It wasn't.
Y'all was doing lean in high school, man.
Bruh, they was dipping like lean and the blunts and lean and all that stuff, doing some crazy stuff. Horrible.
Lil Wayne is a rapper. Don't follow.
I know, right?
Don't follow. Don't follow.
It leads to like your liver and your stomach. It destroys your kidneys. It's horrible. Don't do that. People overdose.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
So after that, and when I go to college, I got a good test score. My big brother, he's going to Virginia Union University, second oldest HBCU, right? He takes me out to tour. So I'm going college tours. So I'm going to Pittsburgh. I'm going to Pittsburgh Tech. I'm going to all these colleges and seeing all the ones I got accepted to, and I'm looking at it and like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. And the last one was my brother, and he showed me around Virginia Union, right? God works in mysterious ways, right? So it was a party school, and the first night there was a party, and I was like, I want to go here. And he was so adamant on me seeing VCU, which was the bigger, more funded, own half the city school. Right. And everybody that's from Virginia and know Virginia, Richmond and Virginia Union is VCU. You know, VCU owns like half the city. So he said, you got the test scores. You sure you don't want to look at VCU? You sure you don't? I was like, no, I want to come here. I want to party. Right. I was very much a party in college. So I definitely was on the party tip. Yeah. Came there to have fun. Get the little grades. Yeah, that's cool. Little career. I came in there to have fun, right? Yeah. So I go to college, and that was the official battleground for my soul. Right?
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Keyhole podcast with me, Zakia, and my very special guest of the day, Pastor Antwan, okay? Now, Pastor Antwan is a little bit special, okay? He's not really down for the IG stuff, but that's all right because he has a YouTube channel and he has some things cooking. He has a play coming. All kinds of stuff is popping off. So if you want to check out his stuff on YouTube, you can check out his stuff at To Be Born Again 33. I'm going to spell it for you guys. TOBEBORNAGAIN number 3. To Be Born Again number 3. You will find his YouTube page. I'm sure that he has some stuff coming and some stuff cooking. Okay. And on that note, question of the day, right? My question of the day for you guys is, have you had any spiritual encounters? Have you ever had a spiritual encounter? Have you ever had something happen that was so big and grand and cosmic and just outside of yourself that it just blew your mind? And you knew that it was just, it was something else. It wasn't just you. Okay? I definitely have my fair share of stories, but we're going to say that for another time. Okay? So drop it in the comments. Talk to me. Share some stories. And yeah, we'll see what we can do in this comment section, okay? All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening, hearing, watching, observing, everything, okay? Gracias por estar aquí. Okay, and I will see you guys, hear you guys next time. All right? Bye.